Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Yo, let me float. Let me go now. Yo, I had my first fantasy draft last night.
You did?
Free one. Shout outs to even though he's not a sponsor, he need to get on the A2D bandwagon. We need to partner up.
Okay, I like
venture. Lefko Fantasy League.
Okay.
He has like 92 leagues of 12 teams.
So how was there money you put in? Just
No,
free
it's
league?
free.
Okay.
This is bragging rights, baby.
Okay, I ain't mad at you. So how many leagues are you in right now?
With the one that the Shield is doing, I will be
Okay.
in 3.
Okay, so you'll be in 3.
Possibly 4 if we can find a 12 for this draft for tomorrow night.
So I got the best ball, I got the Shield, and then I have the Mat League. So I got 3.
Okay.
And hopefully the Shield League comes to people. It's all gonna be money leagues. You know, they're all gonna be money leagues. So I'm good with that, man.
All right. When your lights get turned off.
$20 is listen. $20,
Baby,
20,
when the lights go out.
Listen, $20 is a drop in the bucket. All right. Now, if I'm spending. Now, listen. There's people out there. First of all, family, I love y'all. Good to see y'all.
Mm-hmm.
There's people out there spending $250, $300. I don't live there. I'm not in that zone right now. I don't live there. My pockets ain't there. What Kevin Hart say? The way my bank account set up.
Yeah.
And that's me. So my bank account can't afford to do $300 and $250 for fantasy league. Give me $50. Give me $25. Give me $20, and that's where I live at. That's where I live at. Yeah, that's where I live at.
All right, well, listen, man. I'm happy. I'm happy to be back. I know you haven't seen the Philly Sports Guys in a couple weeks.
Okay, I like it.
Personal issues and illnesses, and then some vacation we both had last week.
Mm-hmm.
But the boys is back. Like we come back in the most important times.
Yes, sir.
3rd game of the preseason really doesn't mean what it meant even 3 years ago. But now we're back.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, if you can't tell, we got A2D merch. We got hats. We got T-shirts. So holla at your boy.
Okay.
If you want some. I mean, the hat, the color combination, I don't know. It's very Steelers-esque. And I need to talk about TA about that.
I need to think about that.
So maybe we can get some green love going on or something.
I can see A2D in like that Kelly green. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yo, quiet as it's kept. I like the Kelly green, man. I know there's a big hoopla with the NFL, which is so dumb. The NFL won't allow, if people don't know this out there about the Kelly green, quick sidebar. The NFL will not allow the Eagles to wear separate uniforms. A lot of teams actually can't wear separate uniforms from their main uniforms, which I don't understand, because it would be a great money grab for the NFL. Because if you let the Eagles wear, as an alternate, the Kelly green uniforms along with the Kelly green hat, it's actually, I think it has to do with the helmet. You only have one set of helmets for the year. You can't switch up and have different helmets, like college football, different things like that. Okay. So I think that's where the issue is. But, I mean, the NFL, bring the Kelly green back, man. Yeah. I want to see the Kelly helmets, man.
We'll see. But, I mean, we brought some football back. We already know the poll question is, will the Eagles – before we do that, we have Ralphie D.
Yes, sir.
Of the Fix, of the Weekly Roundup, hardest work – I want to say hardest work. One of the hardest working men.
You almost put
on the A2D staff. Because if I would have said what I was really going to say, I'd have ruffled some feathers.
Push a lot of wrong buttons right there.
Yeah. So
I'd have ruffled some feathers.
How many shows you on? You on 2 or 3 now?
I'm on a Fix, and then I produce whenever Tommy needs me to produce for you guys.
He called him Tommy.
Yes, he calls him Tommy.
And
then tomorrow's show, Weekly Roundup.
Okay.
Yep,
with Jake Friel, Tyler Weston, and Meager.
Jake from State Farm. That's my man.
Jake from State Farm.
That's my man.
But the poll question was, will the Eagles be ready for Week 1? Based on what we seen last night, do you agree? You disagree? Defense-wise, I like what I saw.
Okay.
I feel like the first matchup against Washington, I think they'll be ready for that. I don't think Washington poses a high output offensive threat or a strong defensive test for our defense. So I think we'll be fine there. Offense, on the other hand, You know, one of my people at my old job, we always make fun of her because she used to be like, well, and that's how I kind of feel. I see it, but the timing, it's hard. It's hard to kind of envision offense not hitting some rough spots or being somewhat rusty or being a little off timing.
Okay.
Without Wentz actually playing, but I'm kind of good. Listen, we seen what happened with Cam Newton yesterday.
Yeah.
And now he got a midfoot sprain coming off the shoulder
Just
injury.
said it to him.
So it's like you can't really afford to have your quarterbacks chipped up in the preseason and not being 100% going into the season because we all know they're not going to be 100% by season's end.
So for you, you're saying disagree? Or
I say agreed defense.
2 parts. Yeah.
Offense, I'm still undecided.
All
I'm kind of in the middle.
So
I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
I agree with you on that because I actually, when I was thinking about the question, I said, for me it's 2 parts because I agree the defense will be ready, but the offense is going to be shaky. And listen, people out there, family, all the Eagles fans out there, the Eagles Nation, whatever you want to say, we got to be patient. Here's the bottom line.
Do you agree or disagree?
I just let you do 2 to 3 minutes. Let me do me.
I'm just asking a question.
Let me be great. I let you be great. You be quiet. Let me do my thing.
Dan, let me be great and let you be quiet.
You be quiet. So anyway, what I'm saying is
that's a Trump-esque statement.
Oh, we're not gonna talk about 45. We're gonna leave. That's another subject. We're gonna leave that alone. But anyway, so what I was saying was, I know the defense will be ready. I'm not worried about that. And in fact, in the first game, I think they will win this game because I know we're not doing predictions, but I know they're gonna win because the defense is gonna be so strong, and the Redskins are just so inept with the quarterback situation right now with Keenum and all those boys. It's just a mess. So, but as far as offense, people need to be really, really, really patient because we're going to start off slow. Let's just keep it real. We're going to start very slow. Even though reports are saying Carson looks good, but having an actual game, being in an actual game is different from playing in a scrimmage. Okay?
Right.
So with that being said, I agree, but then disagree to a certain extent. So with that being said, we're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens. But you guys need to be patient out there. You're going to be getting upset.
Right.
Why is all of us not moving the ball? Listen, it's going to take at least a game or 2, or maybe even 3 for them to really get to where they need to be.
Right.
So we're going to see what happens.
So, Mr. Del Vecchio, please chime in.
You know what? I do think they're going to be ready for the season. I really do.
Okay.
At least for week 1 as well. And I think Carson's ready as well. And me and Aaron were talking about, pre-show a little bit with the Cam Newton situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people are overreacting to Carson Wentz, not coming in and playing, in the preseason or not getting any reps.
Right.
And you saw what happened last night with Cam Newton.
Yeah.
And now it might look like that Will Greer might have to start the year as their quarterback.
Although I like him.
Yeah.
I like him.
The kid out of West Virginia, right?
Yeah, I like him a lot. I like him.
He might start there for Carolina for week 1. Because even Carolina said they don't even know if Cam's going to be ready with that injury.
Well, the reports are saying the reports are saying that he should be ready. But listen, man, you got to think long term. I mean, you rush him back, then he tweaks it again more. Then what?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your division is going to be tough. You got New Orleans, you got Atlanta, and it's going to be a tough year for them if Cam's not fully healthy. So I would actually err on the side of caution, to be honest with you. Go ahead, Ralphie. No,
I mean, I was just the same thing with. I agree with the poll. I think they're hungry this year.
Right.
I think they're very hungry. And the one guy that's standing out for me this preseason.
You're going to say it, aren't you?
Jaws?
Jaws. It's JJ, bro.
Number 19?
Yeah.
That dude can do. Hey Nelly, you might have
a
new home in Houston.
I'm gonna ask y'all something.
You might have a new home in Houston.
Not
I'm
this
just
year.
saying.
I don't think he's going nowhere. But who do you? I want to say this. And I said to somebody at work when I was at work. Who does he remind you of? Right now.
The touchdown didn't impress me as much as coming back on that second drive where he broke those tackles and he got loose and he had a little short acceleration.
Who's he remind you of right now? Just give me somebody right now.
That plays right
past and present. Just give me somebody he reminds you of right now. You look at me like, yo, he reminds me of this dude right now. He really does. Even though let me give you a hint. He's not playing right now.
Okay.
He's got, I believe, 2 Super Bowls within the last 10 or 15 years. He was very prominent on his team.
Hines Ward. Really? I just threw a dart at that.
You nailed it.
Hines Ward.
When I looked at him yesterday, and he's a little bit He's a little bit bigger.
Yep.
But the way he plays, the way he runs, he's and the thing like kept saying he's not known for yards at the catch. But listen, he reminds me of Hines Ward, and they're kind of, if you think about it, they're kind of moving him around like Hines Ward. He was in the slot, he was on the outside. So first of all, he's gonna be better than that as far as what we're gonna use him for. But for right now, in that role, he's perfect, man, and he reminds me of a young Hines Ward. He really does.
Yeah. He impressed me, obviously. McCown impressed me once he got settled. He just showed you what it is to be a steady, calm quarterback, veteran presence. And, I mean, he is our elder. He's 40 years old.
Yes, he is.
I don't understand why you still want to be getting hit to the ground and dragged.
Well, you're getting paid $2 million. I'll get a hit, too.
At 40?
I have my reefy arm right here. I have my Therio right here in my wheelchair. Give me that $2 million. I'll take it.
Nah.
I'll be hurt after. I might be in a wheelchair, but I'll take it.
Now,
Shoot.
I don't know if McKinnon, the cornerback.
Okay.
I don't want any of the cornerbacks that were on the field last night after the first team came off. Please don't. I don't need to see any of that secondary all year. I am good on that.
Listen.
And then all these talks that we've been hearing about Jordan Mailata, Andre Dillard looking really good. I must have heard Jordan Mailata 68 call for 4 or 5 false starts last night. And I'm like, and McCown was getting hit. And it was a point in time where I thought McCown got hit so hard. I was like, is this dude not going to get back up?
Yeah, he did get – I remember that hit. That was a big hit.
I mean, overall, I just think that the game itself, when you started to see – when McCown got his rhythm in the second half, had 2 successful drives down the field. We scored touchdowns. I'm really not so much about the wins and losses, but we really want to look at the ebb and the flow of the game and the rhythm of the game.
Right.
And the offense. And it seems like in the second half they start – because that first half for the Eagles, let's be honest, that was horrible.
Yeah.
That was I don't care if it's regular season, preseason.
Right.
That was horrible.
Yeah, I just think
12 penalties. You're down, what, 26 to nothing?
It was 24 total. I think the Eagles had 15. They had 9. So it was just a sloppy game. And now they always say, well, you know, the referees, they're getting used to the season as well, and they're going to throw some more penalties that they normally would. We understand that, but it was very sloppy. It was very sloppy. But to let's say this, to go back to what you said about Mailata, Dillard, Malata's going to have issues here and there because, again, this is his second year. But the upside that he has is very, very promising. You know, I honestly, you think about it, you know, Lane, you know, he's been probably one of the top 5 tackles in the league. But, I mean, what he's in his 7th year now?
I think he's
7th year?
top 2 best right tackles in the league.
Exactly. But he's in his, 7th, 8th year now, right?
13, 14. He was here. He got drafted in, with Chip. It's 7th year, yeah.
So, I mean, you know, he's getting a little bit older. I mean, but it's kind of refreshing to have, you know, you have your heir apparent right on one side with Dillard.
Who?
Dillard's going to be your heir apparent to Peters.
Okay.
And then Mailata could be that guy. But what I really, really liked and I really thought was refreshing was Big V. I mean, let's just talk about him. Now he's kicked inside playing guard, and he's a natural at it, man. Yeah. I mean, you can see him on a lot of plays where he's pulling and he's getting in space, and you can see his athleticism. Yeah. So, I mean, it's very intriguing. I like what Stoutland's doing with the line. What I think is going to be interesting to see, and I know we're not there at cuts, but I think the biggest question is who's going to be staying, who's going to be going. You know, when you look at the running backs and what they have going on with Smallwood and Adams. What? Which one? Adams?
Smallwood, maybe Adams.
No,
too.
Smallwood has 9 lives, man. He's like a cat.
But he's
I don't know how he does it, man.
Out of those options, Smallwood costs the most. He's the most expensive. As far as money-wise, he has the most. So when you look at it like that, if Smallwood and Adams is.
But I think the question is, I think the issue is this: how many are they going to keep for the secondary, the cornerbacks? Because they could go 5, they could go maybe what? They could go 5, they could go 6. It's really hard to say. Then on the other side, that cornerback situation will kind of line everything else up. What do they do with wide receivers? Do they carry 6 or 5? If you carry 6, Greg Ward's got to make the team. I think.
Oh, so who's your 6 if he makes the team? So you have Alshon.
You got Alshon. You got
Deshaun.
Aguilar.
Arcega. It's Arcega.
Arcega, Whiteside, and then you have Hollins because of special team abilities.
Okay,
he's got to make it because of that.
Then if Greg Ward was 6.
Greg would be 6. Now, some people say, well, what about Michelle? What about Johnson? I just think Ward is outperforming.
Or the other boy, 14.
He's going to be practice squad guy.
Abosi, whatever his name is.
Yeah, from Rutgers. He'll be a practice squad guy.
So, but I like Mark and Michelle too. Yeah, I like Mark and Michelle.
I do.
Hollins, but like you said, Hollins special teams.
He's a captain.
His
pedigree. Yeah.
I don't know why, for the life of me, we don't expand the roster. How long has it been 53-man rosters?
That's a very good point. I was thinking that the other day. It's been a while.
For a long time.
It's been a while.
Everything.
Well, they bumped it up this year for the preseason. You could have 90 guys on the roster
Right,
this
and
year.
they do one cut, which
Yeah.
is smart.
But you're still cutting down to 53. I mean, we've had 53-man rosters for, I want to say, at least the last 19 years.
Yeah.
And how much football has evolved.
Mm-hmm.
And now you want to go into where we're hearing stronger and stronger talks.
18 games.
18 regular season games.
Yeah.
Let's bump this active roster up to like 55, 60 players.
I think the fear is, and this is what I hear, is that there'll be a drop off with the play. I don't agree. I think if anything, you're helping the players out because you're not dealing with laws of attrition now. I mean, the 16, 18 game grueling season, you only have 53 guys. That's growing on the body. So you figure you have more guys out there, then that will help those guys to preserve and be ready for the playoffs and the times that are crucial in the league during the season. You know what I mean? So I agree with that. I mean, I think they should think about it. I know they're talking about the 18 game season, but you got to expand the roster, man.
And I will say this. Now, the first team defense, and we've been hearing these rumblings.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to pose this question: Is Clowney a need?
Yes.
Or is he a luxury?
Yes, both. Let me say this to you. I'm gonna answer it. This is real.
And
quick.
that's for the family too. YouTube, Twitter, IG, Facebook. If you're an Eagles fan, because I know I've already seen on Facebook, we had some Cowboys love in there, and that would, like my man from Black Panther said, we will not have it. We will not have it. Wakanda forever. No, so no Cowboys love. You can love them, but if you love them publicly in our forum, best to believe. A2D, we gonna clap back.
Listen,
we gonna clap back.
Listen, what are you talking about?
You gotta go look. It's somebody on Facebook.
Said, we got a troll?
Yeah, I don't know about a troll. It said the boys is gonna sweep again. Them boys. So even when you refer to them as them boys, the hair on the back.
I see this. Deanna Fuller.
Yeah. So and you see what I said back, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's a. You know what? The Cowboy fans are very intriguing, man.
Big hole they're in.
You said what?
They're in a big hole right now.
They're in the and the thing is, the fans don't.
You better hope Melvin Gordon don't sign soon, Jerry.
The fans do not realize that, and to the Cowboys' fault. But it's not their fault. It's really good, but it's bad. They drafted well, too well, and all their players up for contract. And what they don't realize that you cannot sign everybody. Yeah. Somebody's getting voted off the island. Yeah. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Byron Jones. You know what I mean?
I would love Byron Jones.
I would love Byron Jones as well. So, I mean, it's hard to say. But back to Clowney. The Clowney thing is very intriguing, and the rumor is that there are talks behind the scenes. Howie's trying to will and deal with the Texans. I think the Texans are just waiting to see what happens within the next week or so with the cuts and all that and see what the Eagles are going to actually offer, what some of the other teams are going to offer to them. But listen, right now you're a contender right now without Clowney. You add that guy right now to your team. And with again, us being healthy,
right?
We're there, man. You figure you got Clowney, Brandon Graham, Cox, and Jernigan as well as Jackson.
No,
can't beat that, bro.
I think actually,
can't beat that, bro.
If a trade happens, I think Timmy Jernigan's in that deal.
Really?
You don't see. I here's why I disagree with that. Because
I think
let me say why.
One of the DTs is in that deal.
Well, let me tell you why. Because they need line help. They need offensive line help. They need offensive line help.
Or and you can also see maybe a Vitae or a
and
the Vitae
and I'm
thing,
good with that.
Yeah, I'm
good with that.
The Vitae
giving up Big V.
Vitae would probably be.
I'm good with that.
Probably one of their best offensive line player on their team.
Oh, absolutely.
And listen,
absolutely.
The way he's playing right now, man. I mean, listen, let's keep it real. He did play for the Super Bowl, right?
Silence for the Mr. Softy going by.
Oh, that's funny.
Fluffy got talk.
Fluffy Water. Did he not play in the Super Bowl? People forget that.
He was the starter.
Okay. You forget it sometimes.
Who, me?
Yes.
I haven't been critical of Big V.
No, but I mean.
No, I've been critical. I like Big V. I mean, sometimes in the past he did get on my nerves. I can say that, but he steps up, man. So I mean, the Clowney thing, Big V thing, that has been something that's been thrown around. So you never know. You never know going forward.
I mean, if they just want Big V and some picks, I mean, I'm
all
for it.
Now, if you were Howie right now and they said, well, look, we want a first, and let's just say a third conditional next year, would you do it?
Yes. What
was the package? What was the package?
So a first for next year, okay, and then a conditional third.
Yes.
Absolutely. Because if you think about it, those first round picks, if you think you're a good team, that's a 24, 25. That's later round, first round.
Where you gonna get Clowney? Where you gonna get production from like somebody like Clowney at that? And the biggest thing is, if I'm Howie, I've already offered the first, if not maybe multiple already, because you don't plan on with Clowney on your team. Like you just stated, Ralphie, you don't plan on being towards the bottom. You already draft. One of the biggest concerns with this team for the future was at the left tackle position. Like Aaron just said, your heir apparent, Andre Dillard, you shocked everybody, moved up, and you got that because you realized the value there, and not only in the position but also in the player.
Yeah.
So I'm already thinking to myself, it's an easy decision for me.
Yeah.
Over the next 2 years, where I expect my team to be and how good I expect us to be, can I find production from a player like Clowney? No. The answer is no. So it makes it very easy for me to give you a first this year and a third, conditional third, and maybe I'll even throw in a second
the following year.
A following year. And get this deal done.
I mean,
and the player.
Yeah. I mean,
I would give them Josh Sweat.
You got a top.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a top 5 defensive end coming in right away to help your team right away. Right off the bat, coming in day one, and you line him up next to top 3 defensive tackle in the league?
Yeah.
Arguably, right? Maybe 2 behind Donald, right?
It's
Donald.
It's Donald and Fletch.
Yeah. Because Geno Atkins dropped off. He's not what he was.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
listen,
you add him, I mean,
if we get
limit.
Clowney, right, and we don't have to give anything up on that defensive line, right? We just give Big V, that first-round pick and a third-round pick, whatever the picks are. You better hope when you come to the link or when we show up to your house, your offensive line is top 3 in the league. Because if not, it's going to be a long day for you.
And the thing is that's a recipe to make the secondary better. The corners. Yeah.
Yep.
Despite the double moves.
And you may even
see.
And I've always said it.
Darby and Mills get toasted with.
Yeah, I've always said it.
Jalen
if your front four. Yeah, seriously. If your front four is dominant.
I got to say something you done.
Your secondary is great.
Yeah, I agree. Now, listen. Jalen Mills has his issues, but I like Jalen Mills, man. I think he's. Everyone's hard on him, but I just think he's solid, man. I think he's solid. I mean, is he worth the money that he's probably going to want now? So with that being said, his contract's coming up. Is it next year?
They disrespect.
Is it next year? Next year,
no, it's already up. He was on a franchise tag. I don't think he signed it, but
who was that?
Jalen Mills.
Mills. I thought you were talking about Clowney. I'm sorry.
No.
I think so. Let me look it up.
So with Clowney, the Houston Texans outside linebacker, like what?
McKinney? You talking about McKinney?
No, that's what they labeled Clowney as.
Yeah.
So my thing is now my ideal situation for the trade is you give them a 1, you offer a 2 first. You offer them a 2, and you offer them a player. And the player I would offer, just so to try to see if they bite, I would offer Derek Barnett. A 2 and Derek Barnett, or a 1, and then if they push me,
throw another pick.
A 1 and Derek Barnett. We're talking about.
I think that's fair.
We're talking about but we are talking about Clowney.
We're talking about Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's fair.
He probably single-handedly,
I think it's fair.
out of any prospect in any sport we've ever seen, has the most distinct clip. When have you ever seen somebody that big, that fast, break the line of scrimmage that big, that fast, and literally look like the dude? Didn't the dude's helmet come off?
Yeah, he popped the dude's helmet off.
He literally popped the dude's helmet off.
Yeah.
Listen, this man is the real deal. I mean, so if you're Howie right now, you're on the phone lines and you're willing to deal. And next week, when the cuts happen and when everything, because I think the Texans are waiting to see what happens this following week with everything, with the cuts and everything like that. And I think they're going to deal him because I think with the relationship that they have, he feels disrespected, as people say, which is true.
Millie,
documented.
Really?
He's disrespected, and I think it's too far going for them to try to repair it. So, as we know, they've been shopping him. So, I mean, once a player sees that they're being shopped, he's checking out. Yeah. He's checking out, man.
And then, so,
Billy Middlebrooks?
Greggy Millie said he's out. He's out on Adam Barnett. He said, I'm crazy.
Why?
I don't think it. I don't think so. I don't think it.
So what's he saying, that they won't take Barnett? Is that what
no? He doesn't want to give up Barnett. It sounds like he's coming.
If he's saying he would not give up Barnett, And the pick for Clowney, G-Mill, I don't know what to say, buddy. I agree with a lot of stuff you said, but I don't agree with that, bro.
He said I can't get with that.
Well, listen,
I
if
can't
you really
get with that.
if I'm Howie and I call up Houston and I'm like, hey, if you really love Big V, you can have Big V. Listen,
Right.
like
Now-
I'm not like everybody thinks you have to keep Big V. Like you can get rid of him, bro.
Remember we brought back Wiz.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
And Brandon Brooks is, what was it, almost 5 months now, already running on Achilles.
Yeah, he's
which is insane.
He's rocking.
Yeah.
Yo.
Insane.
He's rocking.
Now, Jayla Williams out on our YouTube chat. Thank you for everybody rocking with us on YouTube, Twitter, IG, and Facebook. Shoot us a comment, which we try to get to all platforms during the show. But he says, listen, I don't even think you need to add that I don't even think you need to give up Barnett. I think you need a second and a contributor. That's where Vitae would come in. You offer a second, Vitae, and see if that gets it done.
Yeah.
Because and this is what amazes me. What amazes me is also what the Steelers did as well. And football is probably the only sport, maybe even not so much baseball, but football is the only sport where the clubs themselves and how they treat their players or their disgruntled players lowers their stock. It lowers their value. Look at what I understand. Antonio Brown acting like a J Watt in Pittsburgh. Yeah, you know what I mean. But the way they reacted lowered his stock.
Lowered his stock because teams didn't want the headache.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now look what may happen with Melvin Gordon. We're talking about.
That's intriguing, man.
You see what I'm saying? Like
his thing is going to the season. They're saying
San Diego and L.A. They've already. You had your quarterback come out and say, "Well, pretty much, I don't need an all-pro running back."
But let's say this.
You know what I mean?
Let's say this to that
right.
rather. If they go 0-2, they're gonna be calling Melvin Gordon. They're gonna be hitting him up on the phone. Melvin, what do you want, bro?
What do you want?
Let's work it out.
Yeah,
I'll sign a blank check to you.
Yeah, because
put whatever you want.
They're a Super Bowl contender team with Melvin Gordon, with everything all intact. That's who they are. So going 0-2. I understand they're saying what they're saying. And Phillip Rivers,
right.
We talked about it. We discussed how we felt about it. But listen, at the end of the day, you got to have that good running game against New England and some of those good teams, the Kansas City Chiefs. You got to have that back, and they're going to need them. That's the bottom line, man.
Now, the only thing is, like, where the second and Vitae, I don't think that gets it done. Maybe multiple twos, because Clowney wasn't just a first-round pick. He was the first overall pick. But with that being said, it speaks to the point where Houston already said that they labeled an outside linebacker. So if I'm Howie, I'm like, if you don't value this guy in your future, why am I going to give you my best package if you don't value him and you don't want to pay him?
Yeah, I think the time and everything, it's just tumultuous over there in Houston, to be honest with you. But I think mainly they want to shop him.
Deshaun Watson's still running.
He's running for his life. They want to shop him, but here's the problem, though, for them. They still have not replaced Dwayne Brown. And I understand they drafted that tackle this year in the first round.
Titus Howard.
Still have not addressed that, and that's why they're searching right now. So that's why a tackle.
That's why Vitae,
makes a lot of sense. And I know Kevin, my man Kevin Walker. He said with his unbiased opinion. Yes, you're right. You're very unbiased, Kevin. He says, man, they're going to be looking for a better left tackle than Big V. That could be true. You're right, Kevin. That's a possibility. But if everything's said and done, if the Eagles offer package with Big V as well as picks, there's a possibility Texas may just bite on it.
It may bite it. So, speaking about Melvin Gordon and the running game, our running game,
did you say lack?
I don't know, man.
What do you know? What are you talking about?
I don't know, man.
What do you know?
You're not confident in the running
Time
game?
out. Let's back this up.
Come on.
Come
on, Pete.
I'm confident.
No, stop it.
How can I say this?
I want to say this real quick. No. How can you? First of all, the rest.
I'm trying to explain myself. You cut me off.
I'll let you finish, and then I'll say what I need to say. Go ahead.
So it's not that I'm not confident.
Okay.
I guess my expectations are just a little higher, and I see instances where the running game stalls.
Okay.
To where I think Doug will just say caution to the wind and just Carson throw.
Well, what is your expectations though? Let me.
Well,
listen.
Can you not see that?
But wait,
we saw it his rookie year.
Hold on, but when Kevin was here, we had that discussion, and I said there's going to be some games that Doug gets happy because he's got a little Andy in him.
Okay.
But here's my thing. The recipe of success for us the year we went to Super Bowl is we had a balanced attack, and right now you have two I'm gonna say thoroughbreds because they're both thoroughbreds. Jordan's hungry because it's a contract year for him. Okay, he's hungry because he wants to prove himself.
Right.
And then you have a young lion, literally coming up, that has something to prove as well. A 1-2 punch. Guys that you got a one-cut running back, and you got a guy that can do one cut plus a little bit more. So this is a recipe for success for Carson and the team, man. We have a running game, bro. And then you got a third down back, and Clement, who can, if he's healthy, if he can give you anything he did from 17, you got something, man.
Yeah.
You sprinkle in little swirls over the top, just a little bit. Not saying he's what he was back in the day, but he's a guy that can do couples. He got a little wiggle in him here and there. That's a nice backfield, man. That's a nice tandem. It's better than we had last year, right?
You're just overthinking, Pete. It's
I
all
think
right.
he is. Well,
No.
He's analytical.
I'm not overthinking.
He's losing sleep over this.
Listen, I want. First and foremost, I will say this. I think Miles Sanders will be the most impactful offensive rookie.
Well, that's that young line I just said. Yeah.
Bigger than number 19, and this for the fact that I think that he has a higher ceiling.
Okay.
And I think that people who overlooked him just because he was Saquon's replacement will be shocked.
Now let me ask you this, both of you.
Okay.
Do you think at some point in the season, Miles Sanders becomes the feature back for the Eagles?
I think he already is.
I know that was the poll question. Nah, it's Jordan right now. It's Jordan right now.
What?
Do you think?
Jordan's
Do you
gonna be-
think?
They're going.
No,
they're
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree,
going
right?
with Jordan. Go ahead, tell me why.
Because everywhere I see, I've been looking at all fantasy draft boards.
Okay.
Miles Sanders is
Ranked higher than Jordan?
the 15th ranked running back overall. So that's telling you something already
They're forecasting it.
Yes.
Okay.
So to answer your question, very sooner than later,
Possibility.
if not the first quarter of the season, Miles Sanders will be out there first and second down.
Imagine that. Jordan Howard thought he was going to get a
Listen.
fresh start.
Yeah, he did. Listen,
He's too one-dimensional, bro.
But it's a good problem to have because you still have two good backs.
Those
And-
all-white
and-
unis is nice.
You like that? And
The
you
They
all-white.
just blew a 7-0 lead, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah. What?
7-7.
Here's my thing, and off the subject.
Go Phillies, baby.
This is why when you said Phillies, I didn't really want to talk about them.
Guess who's on the mound?
This is why
Vince,
I said,
baby.
Let me say this. I want to say this to all the people out there.
I thought it was like, he blew the shutout.
And I know we're not getting to the Phillies yet, but I just want to say this to all the Philly fans out there.
We may not be getting to the Phillies after this.
Yeah, because and when you listen, when we did line,
All Eagles tonight.
So let me say
All
this.
Eagles tonight.
When we were talking about the lineup last night,
Uh-huh.
he says Phillies hot and cold. I'm sitting there like I'm cringing. Like, did we really want to do this? Like, this is kind of a waste of time because it's like the inevitable. I always talk about the inevitable. It's like you got to get colonoscopy when you turn 40 years old or 50 years old, whatever the case may be. You know you know that doctor's going to put his finger up before you go out to dinner. You know, he'll only take you out to dinner. He just does it, right? You know that's going to happen. It's the inevitable. It's going to happen to you, Pete. It's going to happen to you, Ralph, when you get a little bit older. So my point is, okay, and that's a crazy analogy, but still. But my point is the Phillies aren't going nowhere, okay? Let's just be honest. We got to accept it. I get it. I may be the Debbie Downer, the Carlos Downer, I don't know. But they're
Carlos
not going nowhere. Just forget it. Stick the fork in them. It's a wrap. Next year, let's think about next year. Let's get some pitching and then some more bats.
Well,
and then
no.
we'll see what happens.
See, Clintac is one.
Let's see what happens.
Clintac treats pitchers like Andy Reid used to treat linebackers. It's not a big deal.
So you're thinking that? That's you thinking?
I think he has his ways, and he doesn't value top pitchers like we value them.
Okay.
Oh, that's just my opinion. Others could chime in, and that's perfectly fine.
You're probably right. I mean, you're
Perfectly
probably right.
fine. But
It's a wrap.
we had Bill Middlebrook.
Okay, Bill.
In the Facebook, he said he thinks that Howard is an every down back, and I'm not saying that he's not.
Okay.
But he can see him getting over 1,000. I will tell you this.
Absolutely.
If Jordan Howard has over 1,000 yards this year, the Eagles will be the top seed in NFC.
I don't know about 1,000 yards, but I'm seeing about 600, maybe 600 yards.
But if he has over 1,000 yards, the Eagles will be the top seed in NFC.
We're not built like that. And I agree with you, but that's not the formula. Listen, guys, we're the Patriots of the NFC. You got to think about it. We really are. The way we're built, structure-wise.
Bigger than everybody else.
Yeah, bigger than anybody else. The way our organizations ran, the way our players ran, the way we do things, we're the Patriots. Some people might not like it, but it's real. The running back by committee is a perfect example of what the Patriots are. It's like we took a snapshot of everything the Patriots do, and we say, you know what? Let's do it this way because we like what they're doing. Let's just change it up a little bit. we'll curtail it, but this is what we are. So the running back by committee situation is what it's going to be. You're going to get probably 500, 600 from Howard. You may get 400 and change from Sanders, and then sprinkling Clement and Sproles. I mean, that's what's going to be.
So let's just go by. I want to do this, and this is on the fly.
Mm-hmm.
We'll look at the offensive skill positions. So offensive linemen, we start off with 5. You think how many they going to carry? 8, 9?
I'm gonna say 9. What you think, Ralphie? So wait, let's just say this. If we're all in agreement, so we figure we know Peters, we know Dillard, we know Big V, we know
who's your starting? Okay, your offensive line you're running out there week
Kelsey
1 will be who?
Big V
would be Lane,
So
Lane
so
Johnson.
Lane on the right. Yep.
Lane.
Right guard would be Big V.
Big V.
Okay.
Kelsey.
Yep.
Your left guard is going to be
Samuel.
Samuel.
And then
your
Peters.
right, Peters. And
Right.
so then that's 5. Then you have
Wiz.
Pryor. No,
Wiz-
Wiz might not make it. He's on the bubble.
Really?
Yes.
So let's go to the ones that definitely.
Wiz is on the
so,
bubble.
So Brandon Brooks, that's 6.
Pryor.
I will mention Mulata's name.
Oh yeah, he's
before
gonna make
Pryor.
it for sure. Yeah.
So that's 7.
Pryor.
So Pryor 8.
Mm-hmm. We're missing one.
Dillard.
Dillard. There we
Dillard,
go.
That's your
9.
9.
That's
Okay,
9.
so that's 9. So
Yep.
Wiz doesn't make the cut.
Nope.
I think he makes it over Pryor because I can't stand Pryor.
You can't. Yeah, but who can't stand Wiz?
Wiz was he?
You saw it last night. If you look at
He was
if
the
you
left
watch-
guard in the Super Bowl.
Listen to me. Peters had issues with him, and then the assessment that Richie actually gave today was actually spot on.
Listen,
His blocking,
I love
style. He's got some holes in it, man.
I love Jason Peters to
and
death.
everything Peters is saying is true.
Don't get me wrong. I love Jason Peters to death.
The bodyguard.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Absolutely.
But I don't want to hear shit from him because guess what? His ass wasn't on the field.
Let's say this.
When we won the Super Bowl.
Let's say this.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Let's say this.
You
Let
may
me-
not like
Let me say
it.
this. Let me say this to you.
I don't
Now,
care.
I know I owe you some bets, right?
Yep.
Now we can go triple or nothing.
No.
No, real
Of
talk.
course.
Whatever you want. We'll triple or nothing. If I win, no, we're done.
What's
I
the
don't owe you
bet?
Nothing. Wiz will make the team.
He won't make the
He
team.
will not make the team. We can go to any spot you want.
Damn, it got real quiet.
Yeah, yeah, because he's thinking. Because I ain't gonna lie, he kills me
He's
on.
thinking.
He gets me on bets. I don't know how this guy beats me, but I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna throw the dice out there, and I'm gonna say that. And I like Wiz. I want him to make it, but I just have a feeling he's not gonna make the team.
I won't go triple or nothing.
What?
But-
Put your money where your mouth is.
But I will take away.
Yo, have you ever heard this before?
I will.
Have you?
I
he
will
said,
bet you.
I will take away.
I will bet you 3. I will bet you 3 to. You already owe me 2.
Triple or nothing.
So I will bet you 3 to my 2. So if you win, you only owe me 1.
Ralphie, do you hear this? Family, do y'all hear this?
Backup plan.
Yeah, what is this?
It's a backup
you
plan.
throw the dice out there.
It's a backup plan like Wiz.
Peter, we on a blackjack table right now, man. Give me that 20, whatever it is, 7. What is it, Ralphie?
21.
21? I don't
Yeah,
know. Give it
21.
to me. Come on, we're on the table, man. Throw it out there.
All right, you got to bet.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So
So real quick, I want to read this.
ahead.
My man Bill Middlebrooks, my man.
Middlebrook.
I love this man. He says 600? ? No way. He's in the top 3 in the entire league in the last 3 years. He's going to hit 1,000 yards. Leave everyone on the bench except Sanders. So
Yeah, talking about Jordan Howard.
So Bill's really high on Jordan Howard. I'm high on him too, Bill. I agree with you, buddy, but not 1,000 yards.
I'm higher on.
I don't
higher
see
on
that.
Sanders. That's all I'm saying. I'm higher on Sanders than I am on Howard.
I'm high
And I
on
don't
Howard.
disagree with you.
Yeah.
I just think at some point in the season, it's going to come down to where Miles is going to start getting more snaps than Howard, and it's going to.
Problem is, though, he was having hammy issues. That hammy is going to creep back up. Is that going to come up later on? That's
We
the
hope
question.
not.
We hope not.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. But that's something to watch out for. Jordan's in a contract year, guys.
Okay.
So when you're in a contract year, man, you got a different mindset.
You got to lay it all on the line, bro.
Exactly. So I agree with Middlebrook to a certain extent. I don't know about 1,000 yards, but I can see 6 and change
Okay.
because of the way
So-
we run our running backs.
So let's look at wide receivers. We said 5, maybe 6. Let's just talk about the definitive 5 that we think.
Okay.
Hollins,
Okay.
Aguilar, Whiteside, Deshaun, Alshon. So that's 5. 6.
If they carry 6.
If they carry 6, you
Greg
got
Ward makes the team.
Absolutely.
Greg Ward makes the team.
Hands down.
Greg Ward makes it
Hands
over.
down.
Makes it over Mark and Michelle.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I would love to keep Mark and Michelle in the practice squad if we can get
Me
it.
Yes,
too.
if we can. If we can.
So
If we can.
So 5, maybe 6.
Yeah.
So now let's tight ends. Obviously, I mean you got Goddard, Ertz, Josh Perkins.
Well,
To
you know,
me,
well,
I
Rodgers-
would go Richard Rodgers just because he brings another
Now,
blocking
he's out.
presence.
He's
to
out
you.
for a little bit. Did they say how long? He's
Nah,
hurt.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's out. He's out right now. They said
Okay.
he's gonna be out for a little bit.
So this week we'll do
So that's why-
offense. Next
so
week
that's
we'll,
why we
next
say-
week we'll do defense the same way.
So that's why they're saying maybe Perkins, but I like the kid Ellis, man.
Yeah.
I like Ellis, man.
Caught
Yeah.
touchdown. Is it Alex Ellis?
I think it's Alex. I think.
Okay.
But I like Ellis, man. I like him a lot.
So we're thinking 3 tight ends max, or maybe 4. What are you thinking? 3 or 4?
I'm gonna say 3.
Okay.
What's
I'm gonna
this
say
for?
3.
Running backs?
No, tight ends.
Tight
Or
ends.
tight
Tight
ends?
ends.
Yeah, I think we'll keep 3.
Yeah, I
Three.
think it's 3.
Keep 3. Yeah,
Okay.
it's
So now running backs.
Mm-hmm.
I keep 4.
And who's your 4?
I have Howard,
Mm-hmm.
Sanders,
Okay.
Clement, and Sproles.
Okay.
I think Smallwood.
I
I
Yo.
hate to say it. I think he gets released. Pumphrey.
You think so?
Pumphrey, I don't.
You guys think
I
so?
could care less about you, bro. You stink.
Yeah, he said.
And Josh Adams.
And Josh Adams.
Most likely probably be back on the practice
Practice
squad.
squad. All right.
Yeah.
And don't get it twisted. The only reason why Josh Adams played last year is because Sproles got hurt.
Yeah. So
And you also got his boss, the Scott afterthought, because
He's
remember
done.
he's
done.
returning
Stick a
kicks.
fork in him. They were high
He
on
looked
him.
good in Jacksonville.
They were high on him. They were high on him, but
Turn that head, boy.
they were high on him, but he's not performing the way he should have been. But let me say this: I agree with the 4 you said,
Right.
but I'm just saying to you guys, and you know, all these years we doing the show, I've been hard on Smallwood, but every single time he's like that lady, she's always sticking in there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She's always there. You're like, dang, she's still sticking in with me. I would have thought she would have gave up on me, but you know, she's there. She's old faithful.
Right.
That's Wendell Smallwood, man. He, whatever reason,
No.
they love.
He's good
listen,
to a point, but now he costs too much.
But listen, guys, they love this dude because
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. He does everything. He's good on kickoff because he can do kickoff return. He can actually do punt return where he can block. He's good at doing that. And then if they get banged up with the running backs, he can come in and spell some guys.
Yeah.
And he runs hard.
Yeah.
So I mean, he does everything they ask him to do. So
no
I won't be
chance
surprised.
they take 5. We all think they take 4.
It depends on what they do with the cornerback situation and the wide receiver situation. If they go short 5 on wide receiver, then I think they're going to go 5 on running backs.
Okay.
Because if you remember, the last couple of years, when we do kickoff, we have 2 running backs as our actual kickoff guys.
Yeah.
And who's back there? Wendell Smallwood.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about the QB position. We already know, obviously, the future of the franchise, the sacred one, Army of One,
Hell yeah.
Uno.
11. That's all I got to say.
Uno. I
11.
I can't call him 11 because you know who
11.
holds 11? 11 is from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
I just, I can't.
What does that make you?
Ralph, he's in agreement.
What's wrong with that? I don't get it. Tell me.
If that 11 with those powers in front of Carson Wentz, I'm sorry, Carson. You throw a football. This chick blows shit up with her mind.
All right,
So-
listen.
I love it.
You're not gonna win that one.
Hey, I don't know, but I'm gonna say I'm gonna call the man 11. That's what I call him.
You call him 11 if
Because
you want.
he's that good. He's 11.
That's for you. I would call him Uno.
11.
Double Uno, whatever you want to call him. So he's cemented, obviously. Now, since we signed McCown, we've heard these rumbles and these talks like maybe Sudfeld's position isn't as locked in as we thought, even when he comes back from injury. Kessler, I think, is a cut.
He's going.
Thurston,
whatever his name is.
Thorson, maybe practice squad or
Maybe.
released.
Maybe practice squad. He'll get released, but then they'll bring him back to the practice squad.
So the 3 they keep is McCown, Sudfeld, Wentz. Now, is McCown, from what you saw last night, and we seen Sudfeld play a lot more, McCown and a little bit that we saw last night, do you go with him as your number 2 over Sudfeld when Sudfeld is healthy?
Yes.
I'm with you.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm with you.
I'm absolutely. Hey, listen, if I'm in a pinch or if I know that Wentz might be out for a while, I can depend on McCown to hold us for at least a couple games until Wentz comes back.
Okay.
You know, he's proven he's been around the league 17 years or so plus years.
Yeah,
And
this is going to be his
he's a
18th
guy-
year.
Yeah, so he's a guy that can come in. He can run my offense. He knows all the checks. Listen, he knew the checks already. He was running the team like he was all training camp.
But this
So that's
dude's
the guy
been
to
on like
depend on.
a third of the teams in the league.
11 teams, bro.
He done seen some shit.
Yeah. Listen, the greatest thing I can say about this, and I just thought about it. He played with Emmitt Smith. You know
And
that?
Arizona, his rookie year.
Damn, he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's drafted by Arizona.
Jesus.
Played with Emmitt Smith.
Wow.
It's crazy, right?
Wow.
So did you guys take a look, just real quick off the top, have you guys, did you watch 100 what is it, the 100? Because we're in the 100 year of the NFL.
Yeah.
And they did an all-time team. Did
Who
you
was
guys?
it? No.
Just off the top, God, it was. Now let me just say this to you. Who do you think the quarterback was?
Brady.
Good guess, Pete. Would you went Montana, right?
Yeah, probably would have went Montana or
Brady is the.
People are upset about that. People are upset.
I will tell you this. I will say
upset,
this.
man.
Brady is the most clutch athlete I've ever seen in my entire life.
I know Kevin Walker right now smiling ear to ear right now.
Well,
He's
you
smiling,
already know,
he's smiling
man.
ear to ear right now. Look at him.
Dog, like if listen, people may hate me for what I'm about to say.
Whoa,
If New
be
England
careful.
called and said, I will give you Tom Brady for Carson Wentz straight up, I would drive Carson
Stop
to the
it,
I would
Peter.
drive Carson to the
That's
airport.
blasphemy, man. Come on, man.
That's just me, man. I'm just,
man.
hey, dog, I've seen it too many times, and the dude looks like he doesn't age. He looks like he's bigger now, but he looks like he's still as old as his combine picture. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't know, until somebody stops him, he cannot be stopped. We never thought Mike Tyson would lose a fight until we saw Buster Douglas in Tokyo. So listen, man.
So just to name some of the few, and I'm John Paul back up, but so who do you guys have for 2 running backs? Just give me 2 real quick.
Jim Brown.
Okay, you nailed Pete. You 100% tonight, man. You rocking it, man.
And there's another running back.
Yeah, one more.
They wouldn't go Emmett.
No,
I think Walter Payton.
you got it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Walter.
Give me wide receiver.
Jerry.
Easy. Randy?
I'm waiting for it to come up. It's not coming up for me, but I remember the name. Hudson. I think it's Don Hudson.
Oh, Don Hudson, Green Bay.
Yeah.
Tight end.
Tight end.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yes.
Damn.
Yo, he's nailing it, yo.
Uh,
Oh God.
He's seen the list. That's why.
He might have. He must have.
No, I have not seen.
All right,
the
give
list.
me corners. Give me corners.
Corners. Dion.
Yep. You got it. You're almost there. You're in the same era.
Darryl Green.
No, same era. AFC. I'll give you a hint. AFC. Same era as Dion. AFC. 3 seconds. 2.
Atwater.
Rob Woodson.
Really?
Yeah. Rob Woodson.
Oh, I mean,
Rob Woodson.
I like Woodson. Oh, okay.
And Bill Middlebrooks actually hit this one. He said Reggie White, which was on the list, of course.
Of course. Lawrence Taylor. Oh,
Lawrence Taylor was one. Dick Buckus, linebacker. Now, here's a snub.
I want to know who they have as safety.
Here's a snub that I didn't agree with. Ray Lewis did not make the list.
Really?
At the top 100?
He didn't make it. It was
Wow.
I'm trying to pull. Can you pull up? Because I can't.
Yeah, I got
pull
you.
up for me.
The top 100 list?
Yeah, the top 100 of all time. The top 100 team all time. If I remember right, it was Dick Buckus.
Lawrence to LT.
LT, and then I think there was one more. Then the line was Deacon Jones.
The defensive line?
Defensive line. Deacon Jones.
Mean Joe Green?
No, Reggie. Who was the tackle? I think Merlin Olsen was the other end, I think. Defensive tackle. Merlin Olsen was the defensive tackle, and then there was one more. And then safety was Ronnie Lott.
Okay. He's a strong safety.
Yeah, and I'm missing a
free safety.
Free safety.
Palomalu?
No.
Reed?
Back in the day. He's back in the day guy. Help me out, Ralphie. If you guys remember.
Who
I'm
was
trying
it?
to remember who it was. Who was the safety besides Ryan Lott?
For what team?
No, the
100.
100.
I'm trying to look it up.
Hey, it was an older guy?
Oh, Bill Middlebrooks. Yeah, right. You're right, Bill. And the kicker. Who's the kicker? Give me a kicker. Who you got as a kicker? All-time
Warren
kicker.
Anderson.
Nope.
What era? Give me an era.
Recently. Matter of fact, still playing.
Justin Tucker?
Still playing right now. Played for over 20 years.
Vinatieri?
Yep.
Mm.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, man. I mean, he's at one of the most craziest clutch kick ever.
So the
in the Super
defense,
Bowl.
the
Come on,
defense, they have Reggie White,
Right, Reggie.
Deacon Jones,
Mm-hmm.
Joe Green. It's defensive.
I said
tackle.
Mean Joe Green.
Okay, Joe Green, okay.
The
Merlin
other
Olsen,
defensive
right?
tackle.
I'm thinking, do I know the other court?
Linebacker was Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor.
Dick
Yep.
Buckus.
Buckus, yep.
Who was
That's
the middle?
it?
The other linebacker was
Jack Ham?
Bobby Bell.
Bobby Bell.
Bobby
Bell. That's
Never
right.
guessed that.
Then the
remember
corner
him.
you guys did say Dion, right?
Dion and Rod. Yep.
Then Rod, yep. And then
Ronnie Lott.
now we're on the safeties, right? So
Yeah,
you got
so-
Ronnie Lott. You need the other one, right?
It was the old one, right? Old
Yeah.
guy. Yeah.
Ken Houston.
Yep. That's who it was. So a lot of people don't agree with that because they're like, okay, what about Palomalo?
Because that's what we all envision. We see now.
But when you read their stats,
yeah,
like Don Hudson had a crazy stat. If you can pull it up,
And
Ralphie.
and Bill Belichick's the coach.
Of
course.
Yeah.
Agree.
of course.
I agree. Now Don Hudson had a crazy stat. If you can pull it up real quick,
Really?
something about at the time he had 200 more catches than everyone in his era at the time. I think he had like 12 Pro Bowls offhand. It was like crazy stats. Because at first I'm like, he made it over,
Who's just
over some Randy Moss. I think it was Don Hudson, the wide receiver. Because I was like, Randy's not on his list. How's Randy not on his list? And then when I started reading about Don Hudson and what he did, I'm like, oh, that's about right.
I will say this though.
That's about right.
And I want people to realize this. Don't get me wrong. Jerry Rice is the best wide receiver ever for longevity and just balance.
Absolutely.
Randy Moss is a fucking unicorn when it comes to wide receivers.
He's more than you.
Dog, like, I cannot put it into words.
Especially young Randy.
Young Randy, 98, 99,
God.
2000, 2001, 2002, in Minnesota. Good night and good luck.
Listen, when he put that,
Have fun.
Yo, when he played against the Cowboys, remember that game, his first game, because they didn't draft him. He was pissed. Dog, he had like 3 touchdowns that game.
Dog.
He was killing them.
You knew what he was
Killing
running,
them, bro.
and you could not stop him.
Dog. So Bill Middlebrook says there's 5 guys that are whack. The rest were pretty good. Now, Bill, tell us who you think was whack on there. Who do we feel on that list should not be on there?
Well, we didn't even talk about offensive line.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the offensive line. Who we got, Ralphie?
Anthony Munoz should be on there.
He's on there.
Yeah, he's on there.
Absolutely.
Who's the kid from
who's not on there? That should be on there?
the dude from Seattle? Did he make it? Walter
Hutchinson?
Jones?
No. The guy that should be on there who's not on there is what's his name? Dimitri Dawson, back in the day, or from the '90s. The
Okay.
center from the Steelers. He should be on. He's not on there. I'm trying to remember who was the center. Do you remember who center was offhand?
Yeah, I'll
Kevin
Okay.
Mawai.
for the 100 team, right?
Yeah, I don't think
I'm
he's
just,
Hawaii
I'm,
either.
just, I'm, just,
Yeah,
I'm just throwing names out there.
John Hanna,
John
Ah,
Hanna.
okay,
John
okay.
Hanna.
9-time Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
So Munoz is at a tackle. His pinky's still not straight. I can't think of another tackle. It's probably a Washington Redskin on there, or
I can't remember who it was offhand.
did what's the boy? What was Larry Allen didn't make it?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Wow. So if Larry Allen didn't make it,
No.
I'm not surprised Ray Lewis didn't make it.
So Don Hudson
Why you say that?
he held 18
'Cause I
NFL records when he retired.
Yep.
Had 200 more receptions,
Mm-hmm.
and Hudson's record of 99 career touchdown receptions stood for almost 40 years after his last
That's
game.
why I say, yeah, that's about right.
Until
That's about
a
right.
kid named Jerry Rice came along.
Pretty much. But that's why I said, when I read it, at first I was like, yo, why is Randy on this list? But then when I read everything he did, I said, yeah, that's about right. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He also had 30 career interceptions at safety, and he also kicked extra points.
Yeah. That's about right. That's about right. No, but I mean, Ray not making it, I don't understand why Ray Lewis not on the list,
Dog.
bro.
I mean, you got Larry Allen,
Yeah, Larry Allen should be on there. But Ray Lewis, bro.
and if Randy didn't make it, you shocked Ray didn't make it.
The linebackers was LT, Buckets, and who's the other one? There was no middle linebackers, just 2, right?
No, there was a third one. It was
the third?
Yeah, it was a third one.
you said Bobby Bell.
Bobby
Yeah.
Bell. See, I mean, we weren't living to see Bobby Bell, so we can't say. But
Listen,
I don't know,
I
man.
like Ray Lewis a lot. Dick Buckets was an animal.
Yes, we know that.
Okay.
Which is legit.
Legit.
Lawrence was legit.
Lawrence
Was
Taylor.
definitely legit.
Lawrence Taylor.
Was legit.
There's Mount Rushmore of football players. Like Jim Brown's up there. LT's up there. Jerry Rice is up there. Montana's kind of off to the side
For quarterbacks.
for quarterbacks. But,
Brady is number one.
yes.
There's
I-
no there's
if-
no
if you look at that
argument for
Mount
Montana,
Rushmore,
Brady.
yeah.
Like,
I'm not even talking about number one as far as just quarterbacks. Like if you build a Mount
You're
Rushmore,
talking about general.
Brady's face is in the center.
Period.
Period.
yeah.
Period.
He got 6.
Period. And
You can't
but
say
no.
that. He got 6, man.
he's not only there. Belichick is there too.
Listen, I
Like
said,
you can't.
what
Like
did I say to you? I said to you for years. I said, in some way, some capacity, I think they're going to change the actual Super Bowl trophy to Belichick. I don't know how they're going to do it, But I think don't be surprised in the next maybe 10 or 15 years they change.
I don't know, man, because Vince Lombardi, Lombardi is just bigger than the person. Like I can't see him call it the Belichick.
But the man's got 6 rings.
He has more than that.
You got it.
He has 8.
I'm just true, but I'm talking about as a head coach. Just as a head coach, he got 6 rings.
Eventually,
and you're not gonna name something after him.
You're not gonna do it while he's still active. Eventually,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 10 to 15 years down the line. That's why I said 10 to 15 years.
he's still maybe coaching 10 to 15 years.
Nah,
down.
he'll be done by then. Nah, 15. Nah.
I think
I give him another
once
6 years tops.
Well, yeah,
If that.
I think once Brady retires,
Yeah.
Bill's gonna stay there for 3 more years, and if everything just
Yeah.
folds out and completely just goes under,
Right.
then I think it's just
So-
just pack it up and go.
So Deion Brown, thanks for rocking with us, man.
Yeah, he said Will Lanier.
Willie Lanier should have made it. Interesting.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. I've heard of that name before.
Yeah, me too. I've actually heard his name too.
I've heard of that name before.
A lot of Kansas City Chiefs guys back in the day.
Because Kansas City.
They was no problem, man. Emmett Thomas.
What? And
At
they had
corner?
Hank. Who was it? Hank Stram. At
Hank
quarter-
Stram was the
was
coach.
the co-
Yeah.
he was the coach? Who was the quarterback?
Len Dawson.
Len Dawson.
Yo, they had a lot of. If you really think about it, just look at the Hall of Fame. The Kansas City Chiefs has a lot of Hall of Fame, especially on that defense.
Yeah.
A lot.
And then the Steelers came along.
Yeah. And then things changed.
Got real.
Anybody watching? I know we're off the subject, but anybody watching Hard Knocks?
I am. It was brought up. It was
Okay.
brought up.
I've seen 2 so far.
Yeah, it was brought up.
I haven't saw the third.
I
third
haven't
episode
seen.
Yet.
I didn't see last week's. I saw it this week.
Okay.
So I didn't see how to run for a single lean on me. But Millie had a good point. I don't know if it was Middlebrook or Greg, but 3 episodes of Hard Knocks so far.
Mm-hmm.
No mention, no sign of Josh Jacobs whatsoever
Yo, that's a good point.
at all.
You're right. I didn't think about that. Nothing.
Nope.
Huh.
Nada. It's more been about AB and his feet. And AB, man, listen.
I knew he was going to eventually tackle this eventually.
AB, man.
I don't know what to say, man.
Dog.
Just,
I would have said this. I'm not even gonna talk about all the antics.
Yeah.
His footwork.
Oh, yeah.
Like if the dude could throw punches, he can make more money in a boxing ring than he could playing football because his feet are that daggone fast.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's another wide receiver who people like, especially in fantasy. He has some problem staying healthy, but Keenan Allen his footwork is not up there with AB, but it's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
Good play.
But man, I don't know. So before we get out of here, I don't even think we have a YGTG this week.
Are we? Is that time?
Yeah, yeah.
Man, we was rocking that long. I didn't even know.
So
I got one just real quick. And it's not gonna be real big, but I just whoever the powers that be that control the U.S. women's and U.S. soccer players making money, the fact that they're making half less or actually less than what the men are making. Actually, they said half, from what I understand. It's a certain percentage. It's like it's low compared to what the men are making. It's an atrocity. It's horrible. It's ridiculous.
Especially based on results, because
Absolutely.
the U.S. Men's World Cup,
Absolutely.
I don't think they winning nothing no time soon.
And this is their second World Cup. What 16
They won
years?
it back. They just went back to
back. So my point is,
I think it's 3rd overall.
yeah, the fact that they're not making the money they should be making is just it's a travesty.
Yeah,
It's a
especially
travesty, man.
in this gender neutral age.
Yes,
In this gender neutral age. So
absolutely, bro.
listen, Cowboys, keep it up. Keep not paying Zeke. Please. Please.
Just keep all the soap opera going on.
Please don't play it.
Jerry-
Please don't pay that man.
Jerry who? What do you say,
And
Jerry?
please.
Zeke who?
Zeke who?
Zeke who?
Put your faith in Dakota, because if
hate
it was
to
up
see
to
it.
me, that would be the one I would let walk. I would sign everybody else
Is
but
he?
him.
Before we leave, family, is Dakota smoking the sticky icky? This man wants $40 million.
40 million.
$40 million, Ralphie.
I'm not.
I
gonna,
wonder.
I'm not gonna knock your hustle.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm not gonna knock his hustle, but what type of narcotics? What is he doing?
Hey man, I don't know. Everybody be safe. The temperatures is going down. It's gonna be cooler out there. Travel well, party well, live responsibly, hug your family.
Yes, sir.
Namaste, everyone. It feels so good to be back.